Hey guys, Dr. 5 here with episode number 29 of our West Brom career mode on FIFA 20. And what we're doing this episode, we did it last season, we're doing it this season, 10 games in the one episode. Kicking it off is the second leg against Young Boys in the Europa League. And 11 minutes into the game, the first chance comes to Billy Gilmore, cuts outside, he's got men in the middle, decides to go to Burke. Just a nice little cutback goal. It's a classic FIFA 20 goal. Everyone's scoring cutbacks nowadays. It's like it was FIFA 12 was cutbacks. Now this FIFA's cutbacks as well. Sweaty goals, if you'd like to call them that. 22 minutes into the game, Field dribbling around, trying to find some space. He finds Navarro. Navarro into Burke, turns to Gilmore, takes it onto his stronger right foot, tucks it past the keeper. 2-0. 2 away goals. We're pretty much now through to the next round. I don't see Young Boys scoring any more goals against us. And I see us keeping the clean sheet. It's 55 minutes in. Nice bit of defending there to get the ball away from Navarro. But Garcia gives away the ball to Moreno Perez. He plays it to Navarro. He's got 2 men in the middle, and Burke and Gilmore. He plays it to Gilmore. Gilmore then plays it to Burke. Burke tucks it past the keeper. Continues his fine goal-scoring form in the Europa League. It's now 3-0. The game is going to end as a 3-0 victory to us, as we go through to the next round. 4-0 on aggregate, 3 away goals. We did better in the away leg than we did in the home leg. Bit strange. And our youth team did better than our first team. But we go to the press conference. They ask us why Reece James didn't start. Obviously, this is a Europa League game. We've got to prioritise some of the league games because we've got a tough run of games in the league coming up soon. Well, coming up in this episode, actually. So yeah, just keeping them fresh, keeping our first team fresh, and our second team is more than good enough to actually win these games. As we go on to take Southampton at the Hawthorns, 15 minutes into the game. Masuaku into Ward-Prowse to Reed. Reed lays it off to Toko Akambe, and he just thumps it in at the near post, past Collins. 1-0 to Southampton, really nice play there. Fast passing, straight to the point. And Toko Akambe with a really nice finish at the near post. But 18 minutes in, we're going to look to instantly reply as Dave Scott plays the ball into Chukwueze. Through to Marlon, cuts inside. First shot is blocked. Second shot tucked home by Chukwueze on his stronger left foot. 1-1. We're right back in this game now. As we move into the second half, just before the hour mark, Toko Akambe, the goal scorer, holding up the ball nicely, lays it to Bakayoko. Bakayoko to Armstrong. A little bit of space there. Unfortunately, though, somehow Bakayoko gets to that one first. Nice piece of dribbling. Plays it to Stuart Armstrong. Back to Bakayoko. And he threads that one through the legs of Collins. It's 2-1. Timothy Bakayoko somehow made it 2-1 and doubled their lead. Nice little catch there by Collins. Throws the ball out. Ward-Prowse intercepts it and plays a nice little pass to Leyoun. To Bakayoko, one of the goal scorers. Ward-Prowse takes it in his stride. He's got a man out wide, but he decides to go at his own. Cuts back inside. Nice tackle by Harker, but he still has possession of the ball. And just like that, Toko Akambe makes it 3-1 to Southampton at the Hawthorns. And we lose to Southampton. I don't know, but we're going to Anfield now. One of these top 6 teams that we actually managed to get a point off of earlier in the season. But at Anfield, I don't know whether we can, as pretty early on in the game, Chukwueze is taken down by Virgil van Dijk for a penalty. Marlon, also because of the injury to Chalanohu, we haven't got our designated penalty taker, you can see there. Marlon is our best penalty taker with 60 as his penalty taking technique. Going down to the bottom right. Alisson's got it covered, unfortunately. 43 minutes in, we're going to try and work our way up from the back. Fabinho with a nice little interception. Mo Salah to Grujic. Grujic lays it off to Firmino. Collins gets a leg to it, but it just forces the ball actually into the back of his own net. As 49 minutes in, Chukwueze once again taken out in the box, this time by James Milner. And this time, it's going to be a red card, a straight red for James Milner. Going in for it was a 2-footed lunge. So, where's Marlon going to go this time? He's going to go to the opposite side. And he tucks it into the back of the net. 1-1 against Liverpool. They're down to 10 men for the majority of this second half. So can we take advantage? Can we make it 2-1? Can we win against Liverpool at Anfield? No, we cannot. A 1-1 draw. 2 draws against Liverpool this season I think is a very respectable performances against them both times. Yes, the second time they did only have 10 men for a majority of the game. But I think we played well in both of them. And yeah, we didn't lose. At least we didn't lose to Liverpool. Now, speaking of a team we've lost to this season, Manchester City. We lost to them at the Hawthorns, with going ahead and playing them at the Etihad as Jamal Lewis intercepts the ball off of Bernardo Silva, uses his pace to get away. Bernardo Silva's not the quickest. He is technically gifted though. But Marlon, speaking of quick players, Marlon uses his pace, gets away from his men. He's got a man at the back post, dinks it across. Chukwueze, 13 minutes into the game. Samuel Chukwueze makes it 1-0 to West Brom, away from home at the Etihad. And I'll tell you what we did for the rest of the game. We sat back, we let them attack us, and we just tried to counter them. We couldn't score anymore, they couldn't score either. Pep's just asking me how I did that, how I was such a tactical genius. And I just told him, mate, I'm better than you. 1-0, we've beat Man City at the Etihad, and we move into the Europa League. We're taking on Betis at the Hawthorns. Oliver Burke, he just loves a Europa League night. He is the Cristiano Ronaldo of the Europa League. Ollie Burke, 1-0 against Betis, loving life. And it's just, how is he so good in the Europa League? He was brilliant in the Championship last season, not so good in the Premier League this year. I think he's only got 2 or 3 goals, but he does have quite a lot of assists. But half an hour in, Navarro's played through. He's got a man in the middle in Burke, decides to go it himself, actually then plays it to Burke. He played it to Burke a little bit later, also catching the defenders off guard. But that's a brace now for Ollie Burke, moving into the second half of the game. 89th minute. 1 more minute to get that final goal for the hat-trick as Navarro plays it to Burke. Looks to get the better of Sydney for pace. Does so. Strikes it across goal. Low driven into that bottom corner. Ollie Burke makes it 3-0. Single-handedly putting us through to the next round. Because I do not see Betis scoring 3 against us, with our defence being so sharp this season in the Europa League especially. But Ollie Burke, he goes collect the match ball. 6 attempts, 3 goals, 50% conversion rate, not too bad. And yeah, he's a CR7 of the Europa League. He is just that good. And I told you I had a tough run of games. We had Liverpool, City, now we've got Manchester United. As you can see here, we're in the 90th minute. The only real highlight of this game is Fikayo Tomori lunging in with 20 seconds left in the game, getting a red card, meaning he will miss the next match. But other than that, the game was a 0-0 draw. Bit pointless. We did at least get a point. We improved upon our team, or our result earlier in the season against them, which I think was a 4-0. So a 0-0, I think I'm more than happy with that as we move into the second leg against Betis. Francis whips the ball across. Canales intercepts it back to Francis. William Carvalho, David Selke strikes it across to the back post. Clear it right into the path of Canales. First shot's blocked. Second shot sneaks in at the near post. 1-0. Is going to be the final score of that game, and we are through to the semi-finals of the Europa League. And yeah, Chelsea now. Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Chelsea. What a tough run, and we've actually got quite a few points from this, actually, and we haven't lost as of yet, as Chukwueze, into the injury time of the first half, lays the ball across to Marlon. Nice touch, finds some space in the box, turns brilliantly and just strikes it into that opposite corner in injury time of the first half. Marlon has just scored against Chelsea and won us the game. We beat Man City, we beat Chelsea, we drew to Man United, we drew to Liverpool. How about that? From a run where I'd expect us to get little to no points, we haven't lost yet, which is brilliant to see. And considering the teams we've played, the positions of some of these teams, I think all of them are above us, apart from Chelsea, who are below us, which is unfortunate for me as a Chelsea fan. But, as a West Brom manager, I have to put that aside as we go on to play Arsenal now. So we've played 5 of the top 6 in this episode. 12 minutes into the game, Mitrovic has played through. He's going to look to cut it back. He's at a tight angle. First shot hits the crossbar. So unfortunately, Collins can't get that one away. We try and get it away with Field. We clear it only as far as Barella, who intercepts the ball off of Marcano, and he has options ahead of him. Guendouzi to Verdi. Verdi turns, faces up. We try and get the ball away here with Mourinho. As you can see, I'm playing a rotation side. First shot blocked. Second shot sneaks in at the near post. You can see I'm playing a rotation side, and that not really working out against Arsenal. It can work out in the Europa League against some of them teams, but against Arsenal it doesn't really work too well. As Socrates plays the ball to Guendouzi, a little 1-2 intercepted nicely by Cardenas into Marcano. Marcano threads it through to Ollie Burke, 1-on-1. He's not just the CR7 of the Europa League, he is the CR7 against Arsenal as he makes it 1-1 against them. Brilliant little goal, nice little play from our rotation side. You can see some of the names there, but we did give away a penalty. Pepe dinks that. Collins went the right way, was big, covered pretty much the whole goal, and it just snuck past him. The little Panenka goal there by Pepe, getting a bit cheeky, but he does make it 2-1. And our first loss of this little run is going to come against Arsenal. So we lost to Southampton, we lost to Arsenal. We didn't lose in between against those tough teams. How mental is that? That's pretty mental. But we go into the Europa League where we will be taking on Lyon in the semi-finals. And to be honest, Lyon's team, it's not that good. I can see us going through if we can. If Ollie Burke can keep up his performances in the Europa League, we're going through, because the Lyon's team is nowhere near as good as it is in... Well, the quality of this team right now is not as good as it is in real life. They did beat Arsenal in the previous round 4-3, but I see us beating them as 20 minutes into the game. The ball's whipped across. Tomori nods it home. 1-0. 21 minutes in from the corner for KO Tomori from the Chukwueze corner. You love to see it. We're already 1-0 up. Unfortunately, it's not an away goal. It is a home goal, but I'll take it. 35 minutes in. Marlon turns, plays the ball for Scott. Scott, sweaty goal to Burke. 2-0. You can see I'm actually playing my full-strength squad now in the Europa League as we get to the semi-final stage. But there's one man that still stays in the squad. That is the CR7 of the Europa League. Ollie Burke. Stays in the squad, makes it 2-0. It was a sweaty goal, yes, but I want to get through to the final as Marlon is played through, cuts inside, curls one to the opposite post, and before half-time it's 3-0 against Lyon. We're running wild. And as I said, the quality of their team, it just isn't there. No Depay, no Thiago Mendes. They've still got Lopez in goal. He's not that good though. But yeah, they're just not as good, really. And we are outperforming them. 3-0 is the final score of the first leg. Going into the second leg, which will be in the next episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I shall have. We should be through to the final. Should be, where we'll play Inter or Napoli. Don't know what of them I would prefer. But it's been a great episode. Lots of good performances. And a few stinkers against Southampton. But overall, I think it's been a good episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.